saying it's unkillable.
What's up, guys? Boy, Benny. We live in wild times, culturally and politically. There really are no more rules. And the crossovers that are happening between politics and culture are absolutely astronomical. And part of it's because Donald Trump has been a famous celebrity for such a long time. And so he just works, right? With content like this. Like when Donald Trump cuts an ad to Wiz Khalifa, it just works. Maybe it's because so many rappers have endorsed Donald Trump.
It's our final battle.
We're not sure.
We're going to have a country greater than ever before, or we're not going to
but
have
it
a country
slaps.
at all. And we're ready for it. Are we ready? We're ready.
Damn, who knew? All the planes we flew, good things we've been through.
We must never forget this nation does not belong to them. This nation belongs to you. This is your home. This is your heritage. And our American liberty is your God-given right.
Something so important. Something so important about this. Now you're going to be with me for the last ride. And here's how the last ride is going. And this is why an ad like that is so unbelievably important, because your political ads are a reflection of the soul of your campaign. If the soul of your campaign is dark and moody and aggressive and mean, then your political ads will be just like scare tactic garbage, right? If the point of your politics and your vision is uplifting and encouraging and inspiring, very much like Ronald Reagan 1980 and 1984, people look back at those and say, those are some of the most inspiring campaign ads ever, and some of the most inspiring campaign get America to believe in itself again, win the Cold War, and so on. This, Donald Trump has every reason to be inspiring right now. Donald Trump is ahead in every single poll in America. Donald Trump is crushing Joe Biden, who has an overall disapproval rating in the high 50s or 60s across the country. Donald Trump is absolutely crushing on every single metric. And people like even Michael Moore, who are arguably some of the biggest, most psychotic libs that exist in the country, are starting to realize this. Michael Moore saying that Joe Biden staying in the race is the cruelest form of elder abuse. Can you believe this? Now, this is something quite interesting because Michael Moore is actually somebody who narrates Donald Trump's most recent ad. This was shared by Dan Scavino, who is like the digital spokesperson for Donald Trump. Michael Moore is the narrator of this ad because Michael Moore is somebody who predicted Donald Trump the first time around. Michael Moore is now effectively coming out against Joe Biden. It's very, very interesting, but it also reflects something that's happening across the country, where the working class of America are sick of what the elites are force-feeding them. Michael Moore, who comes from a very working class part of Michigan, in Flint, which is his hometown, had this to say about Donald Trump. And it rings like a bell. It's so true, in fact, that the Trump team actually made an ad about it, featuring Michael Moore as a narrator. Check this out.
Donald Trump came to the Detroit Economic Club and stood there in front of the Ford Motor executives and said, if you close these factories as you're planning to do in Detroit and build them in Mexico, I'm going to put a 35% tariff on those cars when you send them back, and nobody's going to buy them. It was an amazing thing to see. No politician, Republican or Democrat, had ever said anything like that to these executives. And it was music to the ears of people in Michigan and Ohio and Pennsylvania and Wisconsin, the Brexit states. You live here in Ohio, you know what I'm talking about. Whether Trump means it or not is kind of irrelevant because he's saying the things to people who are hurting. And it's why every beaten down, nameless, forgotten working stiff who used to be part of what was called the middle class loves Trump. He is the human Molotov cocktail that they've been waiting for. The human hand grenade that they can legally throw into the system that stole their lives from them. And on November 8th, Election Day, although they lost their jobs, although they've been foreclosed on by the bank, Next came the divorce, and now the wife and kids are gone. The car's been repoed. They haven't had a real vacation in years. They're stuck with the shitty Obamacare bronze plan when you can't even get a fucking front set. They've essentially lost everything they had, except one thing. The one thing that doesn't cost them a cent and is guaranteed to them by the American Constitution, the right to vote. They might be penniless, they might be homeless, they might be fucked over and fucked up. It doesn't matter, because it's equalized on that day. A millionaire has the same number of votes as the person without a job. One. And there's more of the former middle class than there are in the millionaire class. So on November 8th, the dispossessed will walk into the voting booth, be handed a ballot, close the curtain, and take that lever, or felt pen or touchscreen, and put a big fucking X in the box by the name of the man who has threatened to upend and overturn the very system that has ruined their lives. Donald J. Trump. They see that the elites who ruined their lives hate Trump. Corporate America hates Trump. Wall Street hates Trump. The career politicians hate Trump. The media hates Trump after they loved him and created him, and now hate him. Thank you, media. The enemy of my enemy is who I'm voting for on November 8th. Yes, on November 8th, you, Joe Blow, Steve Blow, Bob Blow, Billy Bob Blow, all the blows, get to go and blow up the whole goddamn system because it's your right. Trump's election is going to be the biggest fuck you ever recorded in human history. And it will feel good.
That is chilling and true and shakes you to your bones, right? People are sick of a class of individuals who suddenly are running everything, who have no connection to the working people of America and have no interest in making any of our lives better. Their only interest is in increasing their power. Donald Trump may be the only president, and is the only president actually in history, that got poorer in office, that reduced his chances of fame and fortune by running for political office, that increased his chances of being prosecuted. It is a remarkable moment, and there are no rules. Here's a final, if you need a final data point for why you should be encouraged right now, check this out. Real Clear Politics polling average in the final days of the campaign. Biden was +9. Well, at this day, effectively this date during the campaign, Biden was +9. Clinton was up 5 points. Obama was up 2 and 4 points, respectively. And Kerry was up 2 points. I didn't even know that. For the first time in 24 years, the GOP nominee has led after the July 4th holiday going into the convention. There's a crazy moment that we're living in. It's a historic moment that we're living in. It's a biblical moment that we're living in. And it's something we should appreciate. I certainly do. Like, share, and subscribe, ladies and gentlemen, and let's keep winning.